My biggest regret as a computer science major was not learning how to kickstart my career sooner. I'm a first gen college student who basically went in without really knowing how to navigate through it. I remember back in freshman year, the only idea I really had about college was that I needed to pass my classes, get my degree, and then use that degree to get a job afterwards. And I chose to major in computer science for 3 reasons in particular. The first reason being I was just really good with technology. If you come from an immigrant household like I do, then you should know that even if you have like that tiniest bit of tech knowledge, you are pretty much your parents' own personal tech support. The other reason was because I knew that I wanted to do something related to technology as a career, whether that be actually building and contributing to the process of creating these technologies, or just using it to create things, like using a film camera to shoot some B-roll or some shit like that. The final reason was because I just had a really, really good time coding in my AP Computer Science Principles class back in high school, and that was it. I knew nothing about the career aspect of software engineering. I didn't know that I should have been taking steps to pursue internships, to make connections, and to overall be taking steps as early as possible to start my career. And it didn't really help how only a semester and 3 months into my college experience, all of us got sent back home for nearly 2 years because of the pandemic. And upon reflection, I feel like that was a big contributing factor to me not being exposed or aware that I had to do these sorts of things. Fortunately, there's not going to be a lot of people who could relate to my own experience 100% because the pandemic is just not impacting everyday life anymore, right? But I do know there's a bunch of people who entered college as computer science majors who are navigating through it without much guidance and are just kind of doing it because they heard it was the best major to get into for like money or like job security or whatever. So I wanted to make a video that essentially breaks down everything I wish I learned and took action on as a freshman or sophomore studying computer science. And hopefully the advice that I give you guys today can help you kickstart your careers as early as possible and could help you place yourself in a better position by graduation, especially during this chaotic job market. If you want to learn more about my thoughts about the job market and my own experience, I'll leave a video like right here. I don't know where the thing is, although this video targets freshmen and sophomore primarily, the advice I'm going to give you guys today can be applicable to all stages of computer science, although your mileage may vary by the time you graduate. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mike. I am a software developer specializing in full stack leaning towards front end. I graduated last May with my bachelor's in computer science, and I like to make YouTube videos that document my growth as a software engineer, my journey into the tech industry, and videos that pretty much capture cool moments in my life overall. I also plan on introducing coding videos to the channel, with the first one coming after this one. It's going to be an introduction to Next.js, and it's going to be perfect for those of you who are looking to dive into full stack web development, those of you who want to play with technologies like React, TypeScript, and Supabase, and those of you who just want to add something neat to your portfolio overall. If any of that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the subscribe button and to turn on bell notifications to know when that tutorial drops. Did you know that YouTube actually animates the subscribe button now if I tell you to hit the subscribe button? It's so fucking cool. I love little client-side shit like that. And it also happens if I tell you to hit the like button, which you should definitely do. Not only would it help me out, but it would also help the video reach more people. And with the content I do regarding my journey or growth as a software engineer, I just want them to be used as like some sort of guide or resource for you guys to reference as you're going through your own personal journeys. And overall, I just want to help people become better developers. So I really, really appreciate the support. Thank you. And before we continue on with the video, I just want to say thank you so much for over 100 subscribers. That was so crazy. I can't believe I grew almost 50 more subscribers since the last video. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for supporting me and believing in me. And I hope the content that I do make can help you guys become better engineers and help you traverse through this crazy market. In my last video, I said that my end goal for the year was to reach 500 subscribers, and we're only 1/5 of the way there. But wow, we're 1/5 of the way there. That's actually crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you very, very much for supporting me. Okay, let's continue on with the video now. You entered college as a computer science major. First off, big congrats to you. That is a huge feat, and it's something that you should not kind of throw to the side as just something casual. It's a really huge step both in your life and in your career, and you should absolutely cherish your 4 years in college. Those years are going to go fly by fast. Trust me, I literally went through college and it felt like I've only been there for 2 years, probably because of the pandemic, and I have major like pandemic pause or whatever it's called. But yeah, those years are going to be very fast. So be sure to cherish it. Be sure to do a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, just make sure to have fun while you kickstart your career and go through your own tech journey. Anyway, the first thing I would do as a freshman or sophomore is to research and get involved with the computer science community that you have on campus. So these could be things like clubs or Greek life. Getting involved and familiar with these communities can be a really great way for you to make friends and connections, to pick up new skills and be exposed to new ideas, to get help and mentorship with coding, resumes, and doing mock interviews and that type of stuff. And depending on the people who you surround yourself with in these communities, it could help you find your own niche in software engineering, such as front-end, back-end, AI, cloud, whatever. In my opinion, it's very important for you to understand and figure out your niche as soon as possible so that you could focus on what to build and what to curate your portfolio around. Getting involved can also be a really great way for you to have the opportunity to develop leadership skills, such as if you decide to join the board of a computer science club. From there, you can learn a whole bunch of things about operating and collaborating within a semi-professional team environment. And you could get exposed to a bunch of very valuable experience, such as meeting sprint deadlines, participating in scrums, launching products, doing code review, doing pair programming with other developers, things like that. This is fortunately one of the things that I was able to get right as a sophomore. I joined my school's largest computer science organization back at the peak of COVID, so everything was work from home, and that experience became super valuable to my growth as a software engineer. I got to make a lot of friends. I got to improve my confidence with coding because at the time I joined, I was very much not confident and had major imposter syndrome. I'll talk more about that later. And most importantly, I got to take ownership over a lot of projects, which is a trait that you should be striving to develop over time. Eventually, my efforts got me promoted to become a lead, and from there I had access to a whole bunch of opportunities like hosting my own workshops that taught students the fundamentals of front-end development and UI/UX design. I got to launch a whole bunch of initiatives from branding to dev stuff to internal stuff, like a big restructuring we had when we were growing super fast. So I decided to make a document that outlines how we were going to scale and introduce new programs and things like that. And my biggest takeaway from that entire experience was how I was able to contribute towards cultivating a really strong and tight-knit computer science community and a very strong presence for computer science at my school that doesn't really focus or care a lot about computer science. However, if you find that the computer science communities at your schools are lacking a bit or are just non-existent, a really good alternative for you guys is to find online communities. So that could be things like LinkedIn groups or Discord servers or Slack channels from your favorite tech content creators. And if for whatever reason you don't want to be involved in any community, I still think it's worthwhile to at least join their public communication channels like a Discord server or a Slack channel. That's because even if you don't interact with the community, you will at least be sent notifications if there's like job opportunities or internship opportunities. With the org I was in, we have a big Discord server and we have a bot that pretty much scrapes the web for any job opportunities for new grads and internship roles and things like that. And even if you don't want to join that for whatever reason, I still think you can really benefit from having some sort of professional guidance or mentorship. For that, I recommend that you check out Bobatalks, which is a nonprofit that consists of many volunteer mentors from various companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon, who are just available to help you both in terms of career growth and personal growth. And this service is completely free. I'm not sponsored. I am way too small to have any sort of sponsorship, let's be real. This was something I found on LinkedIn only a year ago after I graduated, and it's something that I really wish I knew about because having some sort of guidance could have helped me a lot, especially during COVID when I really didn't know if pursuing computer science was worth it anymore or if I still wanted to do this thing. I will leave all of their links down in the description along with every other resource I mentioned in this video. The next tip I have for you guys is to surround yourself around people who you could learn from, people who are actively making moves within their career, and people who generally have the same or similar aspirations as you. This one might be a bit of a no-brainer, but it's something I did want to emphasize because imposter syndrome is a huge issue for computer science majors and just people who work in tech in general. It's very important for you to find and create some sort of support group or support framework that could help you not be in your own head at all times, who could keep you accountable for doing things like your daily leak code or making projects or applying to jobs. And overall, it's just a really good idea to have people that could support you both in your personal growth and your career growth and just to make fun experiences with in life. Being in a group of software engineers who have the same or similar interests as you, especially if they are so much smarter than you, is an absolutely great opportunity for you to grow, because most likely they would show you a bunch of really cool technologies and give you a lot of exposure into learning these things. And from there, it could help you grow your skills, grow your mindset. Plus, it's just really cool when you guys could just get together one day to just build really cool shit together. That is so fucking cool. That is one of like the best experiences you could have as a software engineer in college. So yeah, pretty much find your people. Make sure that these people are there to support you. And very important, you should be supporting them as well. Okay, this is not a one-sided relationship. It's something that both parties need to contribute to. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck in finding your people, and I hope that these people will be there to support you throughout your journey. All right, my next piece of advice: freshman and sophomore year are pretty much the peak times to be pursuing an internship. If you don't know, internship season usually starts around September, October. That's when all the companies start pushing out the job applications and stuff. Yes, you can land an internship as a junior, senior, whatever, but I wanted to talk about freshman and sophomore in particular, because there's a whole bunch of internship programs dedicated to those groups that I wish I knew about. Some of these programs include Google Step, Explore Microsoft, Meta University. I will leave a link in the description that has some resources that list out the various freshman and sophomore internship programs. Do note that some of the resources can be outdated. Try your best to be on top of when these internship applications come out. If you join some sort of like Discord server or community, then most likely you will receive a notification for when any of these programs drop. Another really great resource for finding internships is actually through GitHub. So there's a whole bunch of repos that use bots to scrape through the web to find opportunities. It's very similar to the Discord bot that I mentioned earlier, and they would post the job opportunities on the readmes of the repos. One that I used a lot was made by the people over at Simplify, which is a browser extension that helps you get through applications much faster by autofill and stuff. I used it for the winter internships and the new grad opportunities. I believe the winter repo turned into a summer repo, and the new grad roles are still the new grad roles. I'll leave both of those repos in the description as well. Also, don't forget to look into your school too and see if they have any internship opportunities for you. The last thing I wanted to say about internships is that you should be aiming to land and participate in as many of them as you are willing to do. If you were only able to land one internship, don't get me wrong, that is totally fine. That's so much better than none. But with the current outlook of the market, it's very important for you to establish a sign of trust through your resume and through your work. If your resume and work shows that you were able to participate in a whole bunch of companies and do work for them, it shows that not only are you really excellent at your own craft, but also you're worth investing into. Right now, companies are very wary about investing into junior engineers because it takes a lot of time and resource and energy to onboard these engineers and to have them actually start making impact at the company. So having a whole bunch of internship experience will help you so much in the long run. And now we're at the last piece of advice that I want to give you guys. I know it's only 4, and yes, I do have a whole bunch more in the back of my head, but I just wanted to keep it brief and focus on the things that I wish I knew about immediately. So if you would like more advice from me, or have any questions or anything like that, be sure to leave a comment below. I read all my comments and I pretty much reply to all of them too. So yeah. Anyway, last piece of advice for you is to go to hackathons. Okay, if you don't know what a hackathon is, it's basically an event where a whole bunch of developers get together and just build really cool shit and build projects and stuff. These projects could then be presented for some sort of prize. That could be like a small little trinket or money. Hackathons are a very, very cool event to go to. Not only are they great opportunities for you to connect with other people from other schools, but it's also a great way for you to get inspiration for what to build, and it's also just a really, really good excuse to build something within 2 days or whatever. Another really cool thing, most of the hackathons that I know of are completely beginner friendly, so there's no fear to be had if you are a complete beginner to coding. Sometimes these hackathons have sponsorships, and those sponsors could provide workshops during the event where you could go in and learn about their library that they make or whatever. And then you could take whatever you learn from that workshop and then apply it to your project the day of. You could go in without knowing all that much, and you could come out of it learning so much. Some schools do host their own hackathons that are ran by the students themselves, and this is another really great opportunity to network with your community, and also a really great opportunity for you to show leadership skills once again if you decide to join the team that is running the hackathon. I can't stress enough how much I love hackathons, and I really encourage every single developer to go to at least one. Like I said, it's a great way to get involved with the community is a great excuse for you to build cool stuff to add to your portfolio. And if you do add any of these projects to your resume, it shows the company that you are actively taking steps to grow your own skills on your own accord and actively building and stuff like that. So that's another really good sign of trust to add. And that concludes all of the tips that I wanted to talk about for this video. Thank you very much for watching the entire video. I really appreciate your time. Once again, be sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want to follow me on my journey into becoming a software engineer. So yeah, thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you at the next JS tutorial. Drink water.